Hello, everybody. It's Professor Green here. The topic today is something called the Yips, or in baseball, or test anxiety. And you may be wondering why you're seeing a clip of what of baseball right here, or what the Yips are. So let me go through it and explain. Let me set this up. The year was 1986. The New York Mets were playing the Boston Red Sox in the World Series. It was Game 6, and this happened. And Bill Buckner was the first baseman who let that ball go between his legs. So again, why am I showing you this? To be a Major League Baseball player, I would guess Buckner had fielded thousands, if not tens of thousands of ground balls. And absolutely, it's almost automatic. I could guarantee it. He was not a Hall of Famer, but he had a close to Hall of Fame career. So he missed one of the easiest ground balls to stay in that game. And then of course the Mets in Game 7 went on to win, and they won the World Series. So another individual, Steve Sachs, a great second baseman for the Dodgers, had they even kind of named the Yip syndrome after him, called the Steve Sachs syndrome. Again, maybe tens of thousands of ground balls. He would practice catching them and throwing them every day of his entire life. Uh, Great career, long career, but for a time, he was unable to throw the ball from second base to first base because it was all kind of in his head, and it was all sort of just anxiety, but he was able to overcome it and then enjoy a long career. So, how does this apply to what we're talking about today? We're talking about test anxiety. It's a real thing, and I know it is, and it can be overwhelming whenever you know that you're completely prepared. You've studied your tail off for a test. You know the content inside and out, and then when you look at the test, you just kind of see a blank page, and you feel like you're spiraling, and you become anxious, and you become worried, and you are unsure what's going on, and then it just seems to get worse. So what do you do? Test anxiety is real. We made it to this content test, and I want to break this down for you. I'm going to start with the end of my document that I'm going to share with you. It says, finally, you can and will do this. You've worked so hard and have all the knowledge you need to pass this test inside you. Believe that. If you start to spiral downward, aka the page goes blank when it's testing time, try some of these techniques that we're going to talk about today. Most importantly, just breathe and then visualize success. See yourself passing this test, and then text me when you pass. I want to know. But if you have this feeling, let's talk about it. So, test anxiety. Some people may say, when I have to take a test, I get nervous and sweaty. I feel like I forgot everything, and I know, and I can't think. It's like I'm spiraling out of control. When once it starts, it's hard to stop. So, what do we do? Let's talk about it. And these tips are from the Mayo Clinic, but really it's about you controlling your own feelings of stress and anxiety and managing it. Of course, you're going to have butterflies before something big in your life. That's natural. It's just the trick is to control it. So, let's walk through these tips that the Mayo Clinic suggests. Learn how to study efficiently. My question to you is, did you participate in all the content test preparation sessions from Professor Przynski? Or did you do the modules created by Professor Przynski? I know the answer to that for most all of you is yes. That's good. So you have, you know the strategies, the test taking strategies for the content test, how the questions are structured, how to eliminate certain responses so you can narrow it down to maybe two potential right answers, giving yourself a higher probability of the right answer. So you got that. Check. Study early and in similar places. So your entire program at NLU, every course you've taken, that's your studying. All that you've learned, it's time to just show that. Okay, so you've done the work. You're at this point now because you've done the work. You've earned it. Um, that, obviously review some of your content and do it in bite-sized chunks. So what that means is, do it in a small bit rather than cramming the night before. That's never really a good idea. So you're more apt to remember and recall information when you need it if you do it in smaller chunks. And then in studying in similar places, for whatever reason, it triggers your memory when you're taking the test if you use a similar place to study for an exam. So try it out. And then establish a pretest routine. Do you need extra time in the morning to wake up of test day to work for you to watch the news or whatever it might be? Maybe a morning run. If you're a runner, does that relax your body and mind? Do it. And then whatever makes you feel calm and reduces your stress level, do it. Whatever that might be. It's different for all of us. And then the next one is talk to your professor, which we're doing right now. So talk to your professor, whether it's me or somebody else, um, and make sure that you understand what types of questions are on the content test, what the content you can expect, and that'll help you prepare properly. And then this one's important. I think this one might be the most important one. Learn relaxation techniques. If you get that pit of in your stomach feeling right before or during the test, stop. Just stop. Take a deep breath. Relax your muscles one at a time throughout your body. That'll help you. And then close your eyes to visualize a positive result. I know that that might sound silly, but whenever I was a baseball player and my whole life, and whenever I knew there was a big game or I was getting ready to play, I would always take a few minutes to visualize myself playing well, doing the right things, fielding all the ground balls, hitting the ball well, and that helped me actually do it. And visualizing that success. And I gave you a little note for me for some motivation, and I still do it. If I have a big presentation, I give myself about 5 minutes before it starts and breathe and close my eyes and visualize how it's going to go. Think about what I'm going to say. Think about what others might say. Try and anticipate, and then get prepared. Get in the right mindset. I think that's important. Don't forget to eat and drink. Your body needs fuel. Feed it. Avoid sugary drinks like soda, too much coffee. That's hard for me. I love coffee, but not too much. And do drink a lot of water. And then again, back to exercise. Regular exercise does wonder to reduce your stress level and releases tension. I wouldn't suggest if you're not a runner to go out and run a 5K before the day before the test. That might not be good. So just, a little bit stretch, whatever you do. But if you exercise regularly, keep up that routine. And then get plenty of sleep. Sleep is directly tied to performance or poor, good or great or poor performance. So make sure you get enough sleep. Know your body, and make sure you get enough rest so the day of the test that you are refreshed and ready to go, feeling good. That's kind of a no-brainer, right? And then let's keep going. We're almost done. And don't ignore a learning disability. If you have received some special accommodations or you're entitled to some accommodations, ask. There are some accommodations for the content test. We want to use everything at your disposal to get an advantage. Ask your professor if you qualify. So ask me, and we can try and talk it through and figure it out. And then the other bit is counseling may be right for you. Talk therapy is good. Talk therapy helps a lot of people work through their feelings and thoughts that can worsen anxiety. Why are you feeling this way? And I put the link. There's counseling and wellness support at NRU. The link is right there. And then to wrap it up, um, arrive early to the testing site, about 10 to 15 minutes. This is from Princeton Review, some more suggestions. But arriving early helps reduce that stress for sure. And then have a positive mental attitude. Get all the negative stuff out. Just start. If you're stumped and feel like you don't know where to start, sometimes it's just getting that first answer down and get going. Maybe if you have a whatever you have to do, if you have to write, creating an outline, or just even creating a plan or how you're going to do this, and don't think about what others are doing towards the test. You may hear them clicking away and they're answering questions at a crazy clip. Don't worry about that. Just keep focused. And then finally, keep an eye on the clock. The test is timed, so you just want to make sure that you are at a good pace, but not at a pace so fast that you can't, that you miss things or you get that will increase your anxiety. Just at a workable pace. And then, again, you have all the tools you need to do this. And to go back to these guys, one last thing. Bill Buckner, the gentleman I showed the video who made that error, had a great career. He was close to a Hall of Fame career, not quite, but a very, very great Major League Baseball player. Didn't make it, but he's had that one error, and it's just a case of the yips in baseball or test anxiety for our purposes. And then Steve Sachs also, if you look at his numbers and you're a baseball fan, you can see he had a great career. And this test is kind of the last hurdle before you graduate. And I know you can do it. I have talked to all of you several times. So now we just got to go do it. So remember to breathe, close your eyes, visualize, and follow those tips to help you increase your chances of success. Thank you.